What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we're going to talk about something a little different today. I don't normally make videos like this. I think they're a bit cliche, but we're going to talk about my top 5 cryptos for this upcoming bull market, and I really think that they are all capable of immensely fantastic things. At least a 100x across the board, some of them even a 1000x. Let's get into it. So, looking at this thing, right now we're starting with Dogecoin. Dogecoin is the first coin that I want to talk about. I'm not going to get into the TA too much. I want to explain kind of why I like each coin and where I think they're going to go. I do think, if you've watched my videos, I do think Dogecoin has lower to go. I think that it can go around anywhere from about the just below 3 cent area to like 3.5 cents, somewhere in that zone. And we're, being at 6.2 cents, that is a solid drop from here. It's greater than 40%. But where I think it'll go ultimately, I think that Dogecoin has a solid chance of reaching prices that are above $3 or even above at least $2.50. And if we were to put this at like my ultimate, like my highest expectation of it to go, let's say like 3.65 cents there. The minimum extension would be at $1.67. You have the 1414 here at $2.56, and the 1618 is all the way up at $4.73. Now, I know that that sounds high. I've done the math on what the market cap would be for that. The market cap for Dogecoin achieving prices like that would be something around, between all of these, it'd be somewhere around like $400 billion to $600 billion, potentially even more. And that is a high market cap. But Dogecoin is a very, very OG coin, man. It's been around technically since 2013, and it's just nothing but upside. You can look at this, right? Higher highs, higher lows galore. And I know that these numbers might seem crazy up here, but let me show you where I'm getting them from, okay? I'm not just making it up. These are Fibonacci-based numbers. And beyond that, if we take this first all-time high here to the all-time low, the current and only all-time low, we actually broke above the 1618 on that cycle there. If we take that high now, if I can get it on that high, there we go, that high, to the next cycle's low, we broke above the 1618 again and actually went all the way up to the 2414. And we're finding support now on the 1414. I do think we could go lower, maybe even below this 1272, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what I'm here to talk about. The next thing that I want to talk about is this. From top to, let's just say this is the low. Let's say I'm wrong. It doesn't go lower than this low. This is the low right here at, what is that, 4.917 cents. I do think it goes lower, but as you can see, if you pay attention to these lines, if I pull this down, those lines only grow higher. So going down would only make these numbers higher, okay? So if that's the low, the 1618 now, that it's broken through twice before, and the last time it actually went all the way up to the 2414. I don't think we're going to $34, guys. I don't think Doge is going to $34, but I do think that it has a chance of breaking above $4, if not at least $2.27, $2.50 probably. That'd be my expectation by the end of the bull market. And what I like about Doge is, compared to most cryptos, what it does actually is it takes its time. It takes its time, okay? So a lot of crypto will probably go up already. It'll start off its bull rally and go up with Bitcoin. Probably halfway through the bull market, if not over halfway through, that's when we're going to start seeing Dogecoin go up. It doesn't take a lot of time for this thing to move up. It does take a lot of time to move sideways, and I think that's what we're doing. We're moving sideways, and we're going to move slightly lower. That's my genuine opinion with this thing, but I'm going to move on from this. I just want to say we're at 6.2 cents right now, and I very much do think that this thing has a chance of going above $4, which from the current price is not a 100x, right? That's about a 60. That's about a 60x. But if it goes to the price areas that I'm thinking, which it could go, like at a minimum, I would think around like 3.5 cents if I can get it there. I don't know. Let's see. Even if I get it a little bit higher, that's okay. 3.5 cents, that's fine. That would be a 106, almost a 107x up until the 1618 there. So, and then again, if it was to go lower, that would actually be even, that would project that 1618 even higher, man. So that's potential to go to, let's say, that's like a 140x. That would be insane. Okay, moving on. The next coin I want to talk about is, and then before I do, sorry, the reason I like Dogecoin beyond all that stuff too, guys, is it's fundamentally better than the US dollar, right? It is inflationary. There's a maximum supply possible, but it's inflationary at a fixed rate. There's only like 5.5 billion coins that get produced each year, and that's fixed. That's how it is forever for the whole existence of this thing. The US dollar, in comparison, there's no limit on how many can be printed, right? There's more and more that are being printed off every single year. This thing is inflationary, but at a deflationary rate. There is Mark Cuban Elon Musk and Vlad Tenev, all billionaires, all publicly advocating for this thing. You can buy Mavericks merchandise and tickets. If you can't anymore, you at least were able to. You can buy Tesla merch with Dogecoin, and there's talk about X.com implementing Dogecoin on its thing. How many cryptos have that kind of stuff going for it? How many cryptos can you buy real world merchandise and gear with, things with, products, besides like Bitcoin, right? Like not really many. I think Bitcoin Cash is another one, but that's on the list too. We're going to talk about that. But right now we're going to go to Mana, M-A-N-A, Decentraland. And what I like about Mana is it's a little bit different from Dogecoin, right? You've got Dogecoin, the king of the meme coins. It's the OG meme coin, actually, right? It is the OG meme coin, where Mana is an OG in its own right, right? It's the OG metaverse token. It is the OG metaverse coin. And this thing, man, the way that it works, every time you spend Mana, the token of the ecosystem, on land in Decentraland, whenever you buy land in Decentraland with Mana, that Mana is burnt. It goes away, never to be seen again. So this thing is actually deflationary. As time goes on, these coins only get more valuable or more rare. You would assume that there'd be value implied there, but they do get more rare. At least that much we can say. This is the all-time chart that all-time history chart that I could find for price on TradingView. And with that, you can see that Mana has had a nice solid uptrend its entire existence. Higher lows, higher highs. It kind of reminds me of Doge. It just hasn't existed as long, right? We had a nice, insane rally from low to high of, let's see, that was 400 and almost 420%. 420x. That's a 419.6x right there. Insane gains, man. And I think that Mana, just like Dogecoin, is a 100xable coin. I actually think it has more to gain than Dogecoin. If this is the bottom, then I think that, maybe from here, we could go up and break this high and see prices that are up toward like $100, right? Up toward $100. I know that sounds crazy, but I have my reasons for it. Just bear with me, okay? So look at this. If we take the top to the bottom here, you can see this white line up here. The 1886 is at $91.83, okay? Keep that number in mind. That's about what, like almost a little bit over $8 away from $100. If we take the first high that Mana ever had, right here, the first high, and we take it to the all-time low, we measure that. Where did its next high come in? It came in just above the 1886 right there. Okay, nice. If we take that high, now we measure from that high to the next cycle's low. We go there. Where did we top off again? Right above the 1886, right above there. If we were to take this high, and let's say that this is the low. Let's say that we don't go lower than this. This is the absolute low that it goes. I think that it could go lower. It might go. It has a solid chance to go all the way down to about 15 cents. It's about a 50% drop from here. It really could do something like that. It might not though, and that's why I personally have gotten into Mana. I think that this could be a bottom. We are at the previous all-time highs on a low basis, and we're also at like a double bottoming kind of formation here. But the 1886 again here, just to bring it back, right? This top here was above the 1886. This one is above the 1886. Here's the 1886 at about $92. Could this thing go to $100 in this current cycle? I think so. I really do think so, especially if this isn't the low and we were to go lower. As we go lower, that number only grows. So just keep that in mind. I have personally bought some Mana. I have not thrown every single chip into the basket. It has a portion of my holdings, but right now predominantly I'm in cash, you guys. And if this thing goes lower, I plan on dumping some money into this thing. That's for sure. But Mana, the main reason I like Mana, man, I was looking this up too. The Snoop Dogg owned, because I was pretty sure he owned it in Decentraland, but it could have been Sandbox. I could have gotten that mixed up, but someone spent $450,000 for land next to Snoop Dogg's land. Snoop Dogg owns land in Decentraland, and someone spent $450,000 for land in Decentraland, which means they had to have had that much in Mana as well. And that was at like the height of the bull market last year. That was at prices way above this, but you're at 30 cents right now. And this coin could genuinely see a price at $100 by the end of this cycle. And I want to show you guys what I mean. Bluezo is one of them. We can talk about that, but hold on. MANA. If we're looking at this, the market cap right now is $558 million. Let's call it 560 million. If you were to do a 10x, that is $5.6 billion. If you were to do a 100x, that is $55 billion, a 100x, right? And from the current price, a 100x would be, let's keep going, all the way up at like $30, right? Something a little bit over there, but technically it'd be at $30.20. Let's just call that a 100x, right? Sure, right there, whatever. 100x there. And that would give us a market cap of $56 billion roughly, okay? If it were to achieve prices of $100 or more, that would give us a price. Let's try to get it as close to 100 as we can here. 102, sure. That would be a 338x. It's almost a 339x actually. So if 100x is 560, a 200x would be, or sorry, not 560, 56 billion. A 200x would be 112 billion, and a 300x would be 168 billion dollars roughly. Probably a little bit less than that, but about 168 billion dollars for a 300x. And then this is a 330 something x, so it'd still be under 400 billion, or it'd still be under 200 billion dollars at that rate. Is a market cap above $150 billion, is that high? Yes. Is that insane? Yes. Is a coin like Mana, that's been nothing but an uptrend its whole life. It's an OG coin since 2017. It's unique because it is the metaverse OG token itself, and it's deflationary. Is a coin like this that stood the test of time and proven that it is secure and that it's a legitimate project that's not going away, people actually work on this, does something like this have a chance of being worth multiple hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap valuation? Yes. Yes, it does. And as these coins get burned, as more mana is being spent on land and that mana gets more and more rare, the market cap for the price up here only goes lower, which means that the price to go up only gets higher, you guys. This coin could really do some fantastic things throughout its lifetime. But I do project that it could hit $100 by the end of this cycle. Moving on, we talked about Dogecoin, Mana. They're not in any order. I'm just going off of them, but we're going to talk about Bluezo next. And I like Bluezo because I think this one could be the top gainer of all the coins that I've talked about so far. So Bluezo USD, we're going to go on the Binance chart here. This thing's been around since 2018. It's not quite an OG coin, but it's close, man. I remember looking back at Bluezo here in this 2018 bear market. It came, to be fair, man, this was like right in the beginning of the bear market. So it dropped at a very poor time to drop, unfortunately. And it dropped when everything else was dropping. So we got that. Looking at this chart, we're on the monthly. I wanna before I get into like the technicals, I want to say what Bluezo is they're like they're a data storage blockchain, and they want to be implemented in gaming technology and for like video games and stuff like that. So I think that that's a unique thing. You know, you got Dogecoin, the king of the meme coins. You've got Mana, which is the OG metaverse token. I don't know if Bluezo is the OG gaming storage database token, but I mean, it's been around since 2018, so it's definitely earned its stripes. It's definitely been around for quite a while. So with that, you know, I tip my hat to it. But it's slightly different than the other coins, right? I'm not going to name off like Ethereum, Cardano, DOT, you know, things that want to like do the same thing as each other, you know, or like Neo, like I don't want to name off something and then name off its potential competition. I want to name off things that are different, that are unique, and most importantly, besides that, things that are going to do insane gains. And with Bluezo, what I really like about this thing, man, is that I think it could do a 1000x. A 1000x, I'm not even kidding. That would mean you take $100, and you could turn it into $100,000 with this coin at the current price of $11.68. And that might be at the all-time high. That might be for just a moment. That might be for a few weeks or a day. Who knows? But that is my prediction, and I want to go over why. So looking at this thing, looking at all the volume here, if we take this, you can see that these orange numbers over here, that's the volume, okay? So looking at this, the volume here is 846 million. Let's call it a billion, 1 billion. Here's another one, 2 billion. It's not quite a billion, but that's 3 billion there. We'll you know, that'll level it out. 3 billion, 4.3 billion. And then here we'll call it 5.3 billion. Let's just say that, okay? Throughout all this huge volume, 5.3 billion tokens in a course of like half a year. BLZ, USDT, 5.3 billion, remember that. If we take this month and we look at this right here on Binance, the USDT pair, BLZ USDT. This is the highest traded volume pairing in the world. Binance has the most volume, so this is going to be the real deal. The highest volume that we've seen, it's 7.04 billion. We've seen more volume in this last month than we did in this whole cluster of volume on this the all-time history chart for this thing, right? So just keep that in mind. And what's significant about that is if we look at it, well, I guess here we don't have to look at it over there. It doesn't look like as much volume over here, but I mean it's still 313 million on this chart. But most things are transacted in USDT. What's nice about this is it's a bullish engulfing candle that's literally engulfed about 15 months of price action. If we go from this month here all the way to here, that's 15 months that we've engulfed as of right now. I do think Bluezo has a chance to go a little bit lower. I do think that it has a chance to go around like 9 to 10 cents, somewhere in that range. I actually have a buy order at 9.7 cents personally, but I think that this coin has 1,000x potential from its current price, which only goes up as we drop in price, right? Let's see here. Looking at the current price, a 1,000x for this thing would put it all the way up at, you guessed it again, $117. $117 would be 1,000x for this thing. If we go all the way up, keep going, a little bit higher, something like that. Right around there. It'd be $117. That's a 1,000x for this thing. And is that possible? Is that possible mathematically? Well, if we look at it, BLZ USD, not BLZ USD, just BLZ. The maximum supply is, I've got the white screen of death. We're going to have to be patient. It will refresh. Sometimes this happens for whatever reason. But all we have is just a moment to talk, you know. Get your bearings, go get a glass of water, get a cookie if you want to, I don't know, you know. Play some games on your phone. All right, we're back. So circulating supply is this much. The total supply is this much. And I'm pretty sure that is its max supply as well. But it doesn't say that, so I'm not 100% sure. But it's basically fully diluted, and with that, even if it was fully diluted, it'd be $10 million higher than this at $58 million. But right now we're at $48 million. A 10x would be $480 million. A 100x would be $4.8 billion. A 1000x would be $48 billion. Is $48 billion a high number? Yes. But we were just talking about a multi-$100 billion market cap with Dogecoin and Mana. Is a $48 billion market cap achievable for a coin that's been around since 2018 that just had the most volume it's ever seen in its history by a large factor in 1 month and engulfed 15 months of price action? I think so. I do think that a $48 billion market cap, a 1000x from here is not just I wouldn't say it's likely, but I would say it's possible, and maybe even likely. Like with this thing, man, it's likely, not just possible, but likely. I'm gonna say it. I got it right there. But I really do think prices like that are totally achievable in this thing. I want to see, you know, if we were to put a fib here from top to bottom here, that is all the way up at the 2886. That actually comes in line with the fib level itself. Could it go higher than that? Because that's $48 billion. Could it go to $96 billion? Well, what would that do? $96 billion would be a 2000x. That would be up here at $230 something, right? Could you go even higher than that? Maybe. If you wanted to see a multi-$100 billion market cap, maybe. And that would still be insane, guys. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars off of a $100 investment. This is the coin that could do it. It really could. And I don't think it's a good time to buy now, though. With these kind of numbers, maybe, and with those kind of gains, also don't throw the farm. Do not bet the farm on this. You know, it has done nothing technically but have lower highs, but it has had higher lows, which is very key. And I think this interest that we're seeing right now, and you can't see it as well on this, but I like using the all-time history chart. If you look at it on the current, you know, the USDT version, you can see how much volume this is. We've gone up a lot, but again, my buy order for this thing is 9.7 cents. That's where I think we're going to go. So from the current price of 1000x is possible. If we go even lower than that, that just increases your potential gains, you know. But that's what I got for Bluezo, man. I really do like this coin a lot. I think it has high potential. With that much potential, you don't need to bet a lot of money. Put the majority of your money in the more surefire things, which this thing I think is pretty surefire. Looking at this volume, man, I think it is pretty easy to assume that it's going to do great things in the coming bull market, and with the niche that it's in, I think that it's got use case there. But and it's an OG coin. It's been around since 2018, so it's proven itself to be safe. It's still a relevant project. You know, they're doing things right now that are gaining 123% on the month. But with 1,000x potential, you don't need to bet a lot of money. Okay, you can make $100 grand off of $100 with that. So you don't need to bet $10,000, $100,000 on this thing. If that's a low amount of money to you and you want to do that, go for it. You know, go ahead and do that. But I would think that this is a coin that you can see some serious gains with very little money. Anyways, moving on from there, I want to talk about Compound, C-O-M-P, Compound next. We're going to do this one kind of quickly. I actually don't know a whole lot about Compound. It's a what is Compound? Let's see here. Compound, and I know I don't know a lot about it, and that, you know, I should know about it before I invest in it. But man, the chart itself looks really good. The monkey market protocol, Compound Finance. Abstract. In this white paper, or in this paper, we introduced a centralized protocol which establishes money markets with algorithmically set interest rates based on supply and demand, allowing users to frictionally exchange the time value of Ethereum assets. So it's like a lending protocol, right? Is what it sounds like, or an interest gaining protocol through lending. So if we look at this thing, Compound, C-O-M-P, USD, I don't know if we go here, yeah, on the crypto pair, that is like its all-time history there. Compound itself has had a very bullish month right here. It had a very bullish engulfing month. And right now it's having a kind of bad month at 35%. But if we're looking at this thing on a weekly basis, you can see that this is a very strong looking RSI. Nice higher lows, higher highs all in all. And with the market cap as low as it has right here, COMP going down to number 113 there, this thing has a market cap of $291 million. If you was to do a 10x, that's 2.9 billion. A 100x is 29 billion. This thing could do a multi-100x this cycle. I definitely think it could. So the reason why I like this thing is because it's basically a multi-100xable coin. And it's got the interest of BitBoy. I know BitBoy's been talking about it. There's a lot of big players in the crypto YouTube space that have talked about this coin. And generally, you know, those people in the last cycle, when they talked about coins, those coins did really well. So I kind of listen to that and I take that into consideration. From top to bottom here, I don't think you go lower than this. You have a nice double bottom with very nice volume, engulfing monthly candle. I would think that you have a chance to go anywhere from about $2,000 to $8,886, which from the current price would be a total gain of almost that'd be over 200x from the current price. Do I think that's possible? Yes. Could it go even higher than that? Yes, I think so. Moving on, because I've got a little munchkin here and I can't really make the video too much longer. So BCH USD, I really think that Bitcoin Cash has a lot of potential as well. It is, you know, the hard fork of Bitcoin. There are a lot of hard forks in Bitcoin, and I think that out of all of them, Bitcoin Cash has proven itself to be the most legitimate. It has the support of Roger Ver himself. It's being implemented across like Asia and Australia, and I really think that this thing, I'm sorry guys, has the potential to go up to about $13,000 at a minimum, if not even up to 20-something thousand, or potentially $53,000 by the end of the cycle. I don't really think that that's as likely, but I do think that we could see a price around $13,000 to $23,000. And Bitcoin Cash, guys, the real reason I like Bitcoin Cash is because it is quicker than Bitcoin. It's cheaper to send than Bitcoin. It's like buying Bitcoin before it was ever worth $1,000. I really do think it has all the same fundamentals as it. It's just not as popular. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. I'm sorry I couldn't go into it with BCH, but that's all I got for you. Take care. Bye-bye.